While listening to this video by Charles Gavs on gold and bonds, I'd like to chime in and add my 2 cents. As Charles mentioned, an interesting concept. Short term, markets often get it wrong. But long term, they're usually right. Politicians, on the other hand, are the opposite. Short term, politicians are often right because they enforce rules and make decisions. But long term, they're often wrong and make a lot of big mistakes. So, gold, throughout history, seems to consistently hold its value, at the very least. This reserves energy. I wanted to pose a question. In the world of trading, we're often told, markets are always right. I don't know if this statement is ultimately true or false. But what I believe is this. If the markets were always right, then we would see very low volatility in these markets. Indeed, if the market is always right, then price divergences are rare and small. On the flip side, if we observe that the markets are ultimately very volatile, we can conclude, by symmetry, that these same markets are often wrong. And I say this not to blame the markets. On the contrary, it's precisely what makes the beauty of the markets. People who make mistakes. People who exaggerate. People who stumble. It's thanks to these people, who make mistakes, and who are in the majority, that a small handful of informed, profitable investors manage to make profits from opportunities that exist precisely because the markets are wrong all the time. So, in the very short term, or even in the short term, or in the medium term, day trading, intraday, we can consider that the markets are often wrong. That's why adjustments are often abrupt, and why we observe, in 30% of the time, strong price trends that move up or down. So, when the market is in a range, it's because the market value is at its fair value. As soon as there's a change in perception of value, opportunities will arise because people will correct human error to fix something that was wrong. So, in very, very volatile markets, we mostly have a mass of fools who are wrong all the time. It's worth what it's worth as reasoning. What's particularly interesting is that we can apply this reasoning to very short-term trading, scalping, or even day trading, swing trading, or investing, but we can also equally apply these concepts and principles to our advantage in real life in a whole range of areas. Because this concept of the market is always wrong or right law applies in real life too. In fact, in 2023, the economic, geopolitical, social, and financial news is very rich because there are many events. If events are numerous, it's because there's a lot to arbitrate, to correct. So, if there are things to correct, it's because the mass, the majority, has turned a blind eye to a lot of things and in a profound way. That's why, I think, we have all these social, geopolitical, economic twists and turns today, which ultimately, the biggest conspiracy theorists were years ahead of the real world we're living in today, altogether, in this year 2023, which is ending soon. 2024 is going to be eventful, my friends, rich in events, most likely, because many people are still asleep, so, inevitably, in classic symmetry, rich in opportunities. Are you following me, my friends? We're moving forward together. The awakening is coming.